Sitting here in my black dress, I got it and I'm gonna wear it on the show, and you're gonna find it and you're gonna wanna know. It's Anti-Influ Hour. Anti-Influ Hour. Yeah, we're so anti-influencer that we won't say the whole word Anti-Influ Hour. Anti-Influ Hour. Ninja the cat is here and we got it, and Victor's mouth is probably on the show we wanted, and we got a lot of wine that we're gonna drink, and oops, it's hit the mute button. I'm off mute. Anti-Influ Hour. Anti-Influ Hour. We have pickles.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Anti-Influencer Hour. First show of 2021. Very fun. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what episode this is, what number, because we called all of our shows a special for the holidays and not a number, and I can't count. And additionally, I cracked under the pressure of 2021 and expectations, and I got nothing. Okay, I wanted this monologue to be monumental, and I wanted to say something amazing, but instead I just panicked and I went to sleep, and I tried to adopt a dog and another cat and a bird, and I'm just waiting for this year to feel better than 2020, but it still feels the same. So I don't know if you all also feel like that. But if you do, and you want to, Snow White this shit with me. And by Snow White, I mean poison ourselves with an apple and sleep until 2022. Let me know, because I don't want to do it alone. And you know what? Actually, I probably can't do it because I have to feed my cat. So, the point of that is all to say that I don't have a real monologue tonight because I panicked. So you know what I'm going to do? I am just going to show you this dress that my mother bought when she was Ambien shopping online because, she's helping me lean into my inner cat lady persona. So here we go. Gonna show you this wonderful cat dress as my monologue. Just, really leaning into my new found identity. All right. And you know what? Besides this awesome cat dress, everyone, we have a great show for you tonight. All right. We've got a history of Karens. We've got musical acts. We've got a musical act from Ian Zandy. Emily Harrison's here to talk to us about a wonderful holiday that she invented called Boanica. And the Jazz Man is here. So it's going to be a good show. I hope that you're excited. And now, please enjoy this word from our sponsors.
Hey, all you local yokels. Everyone's headed to Washington, D.C. for the biggest, wildest comedy show on earth. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's Donald Trump's corn-fed comedy capital tour with Viking Guy.
America is the beacon of freedom. Love is the only nation founded on the idea of all human beings being created equal. This is the only country in the history of the world that has ever done that.
Come hoot and holler at man inside of a woman's office for the first time.
I didn't break in.
Somebody did.
I got pushed in.
Larry the no-fly guy.
They keep off the plane. They call me a fucking terrorist, and they want to fucking ruin my life.
And Via Getty's lawyer.
I mean, he's got serious charges. He's got felony charges against him right now, and obviously he's taking this very seriously. We're taking this very seriously.
Sorry, PC liberals. We left nothing untouched. Seriously, we touched a lot of stuff. You might want to use some Purell. These backwoods buffoons are off the wall! Oh, no! Come see what Rightbite Entertainment Report is calling the alt-right's Bridgerton, and the failing New York Times is calling the worst revolt in American history since Rick and Morty fans lost their shit at McDonald's over Chicken McNugget sauce. Admission's free. Just ask your local cop to let you in. This show must close January 20th or before we all get federally charged for sedition, whichever comes first. Donald Trump's corn-fed comedy capital tour.
Masks and Whirls Not Allowed, sponsored by Four Seasons Landscaping.
Thank you so much to our sponsors. And now to talk about New Year's resolutions and 2021 and how that is all going, we bring you a video from Bonnie, who is a wellness specialist on Instagram.
Hi guys, it's Bonnie here. Namaste everyone. Super stoked to be sending you this video. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a pretty big influencer on Instagram. I'm from Australia and basically I just want to spread love and light to like as many people as I can. So with my videos that I share, I get a lot of lovely feedback from my fans and like to interact with them and just share my wisdom really. So I've been specially asked to do a video for you guys today because obviously we're coming into a new year. So kind of rebirth 2021, super excited. And yeah, I've been asked to kind of share some ideas about New Year's resolutions with you guys. So I just thought I'd give you a couple of examples of things that we're doing in the new upcoming year. So I like to focus my resolutions around kind of different mantras. So for example, my first mantra is all about abundance. Okay, so 2020, was a bit sparse, a bit kind of lonely for a lot of people. And so I'm just focusing on abundance. So basically, I want to do a lot of things that I wasn't able to do last year. So I'm going to be doing kind of more of the things that I didn't do. So for example, I'm going to be eating more junk food. I'm going to be getting into more fights. I'm going to be causing a bit more kind of, havoc and chaos around my neighborhood. Just to kind of spice things up because I've been I've been locked down, a lot of padlocks, metaphorical and real. So yeah, that's a big one for me. Another one is focused around energy and kind of getting things going. So obviously 2020, quite a slow year. The body's kind of dipped down in the energy waves. So just want to bring that up, make that, click that little switch and pump up the energy a little bit. So I'm thinking fasting. Okay, so a lot of you guys will have heard of fasting before. It's an excellent way to regenerate the body and the systems. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a lot of fasting. So I'm going to be doing lots of things fast. So for example, I'll be lighting my candles super fast. I'll be doing yoga on double speed, putting the fast forward button on the YouTube, just like doing my bed super quick, getting dressed super quick, to kind of trick my brain into, just kind of putting on the reset mode, turbo mode, if you will. So yeah, those are a couple of things. I would love to hear from you guys what your ideas are for your resolutions because it's a super important kind of affirmation thing to do for the upcoming new year. Think of it as kind of phoenix rising from the ashes. So yeah, hi guys, Bonnie here. Namaste everyone. Super stoked to be sending you this video.
Thank you so much to Bonnie. She is truly an inspiration. Let her know what your New Year's resolutions are if you made any in the chat. Speaking of New Year's resolutions, it is time for the first 2021 Why Did You Leave? Where I call people and find out why they left. So let's do that. Here we go. First one of 2021. Very exciting.
Hello?
Why did you leave?
What?
Why did you leave? Why did you leave me?
Rachel, is this you?
Why did you leave?
I told you I need to move on.
Well, why did you get on that spaceship without me?
Because I want off of this crazy planet.
But why?
Because climate change is imminent. Human beings are terrible. We are on the brink of World War III. Elon Musk is trying to colonize Mars, and we all know how that is going to work out. I wanted to get there first, so I left.
Our date was so good. I don't understand.
We went on one date, Rachel, and it was online.
But we were like a perfect Tinder match.
I have to be honest with you. It didn't go that well.
Okay, well, you know what? Can we still date online while you're in space?
No! Because you got drunk and called me a fucking nerd, and then you took your shirt off and you said, math is fucking stupid, let's fuck. And it showed me your cat in the bathtub and kept screaming, this is a wet-ass pussy.
I don't remember doing that.
Because you were drunk.
Okay, but like, why did you leave? I don't understand.
All right, I gotta go. Space sucks too, so I just gotta leave this whole dimension. Bye.
Wait. Take me with you. Don't. Damn it. I don't know why they leave. All right. You know what? Speaking of people who left me, here is Jeremiah Detto with more French fashion.
One of my favorite things about France is the weird things that they write in English on a lot of the clothes. Let's take
To Jeremiah, say something funny about the video. Who put that on the teleprompt? Carrie?
Oh, that was you.
What the fuck?
You put that on the teleprompter.
What?
You put that there. I did not put that there. That was all you, Rach.
Okay.
All you.
All right. Guess we should introduce the next act. All right. Up next, we have a history of Karens from an extremely well-distinguished professor, Thelonious Cagney.
Good evening, and welcome to yet another episode of Tales of Karenology. I am your host, Thelonious Cagney. And today, we are going to talk about the origins of Spicus tu managerus, otherwise known as the Karen. A species that has seen a resurgence of sorts in recent years, though they have been around for centuries, and you can find traces of them all throughout history. Let's go ahead and take a look, shall we?
Let's go back in history to the first known Karen. Yes, the Neanderthal Karen. The originator, the OG, if you will. Here she is pictured with her companion, Kyle. Even here you can see some of the characteristics of even today's Karen. Look at the squint in those eyes, the scowl, the pouty lips, and just the air of arrogance and entitlement.
And now, let's go ahead and move a little bit further in time and go to ancient Egypt, where there were traces of Karens, even there in their hieroglyphics.
Now here on this glyph, we have Queen Nefertari and her daughter appearing to return broken merchandise and speaking to the sun god Ra. Now this actually may be the first recorded instance of a Karen speaking to the manager. Fascinating.
Like mother, like daughter indeed. Karens have a way of passing these genes to their offspring. let's go ahead and take a look at Karens in medieval times, where they have shown signs of evolving and engaging other types of animals to aid them.
Here we have a painting of Lady Amélie Baptiste of France, who was widely known for using her cat to transfer messages to the constable to make complaints over more boys playing outside her villa. Ah, yes, even then, all cops were bastards.
Who knew that these Karens had so much power even back then? Well, that is all for now, and we will see you next time on Tales of Karenology.
On the next episode, we will have a rousing discussion on the cousins of the Karen. The Becky, the Sharon, and the dreaded Deborah.
I'm Thelonious Cagney, and we will see you next time. And remember, if you see a Karen, go away, especially if you have a little bit of darker pigment.
Thank you very much to the professor. I don't know why you told them our secret, Carrie, that I write everything into the teleprompter.
Rachel, we're doing this from our homes. I don't understand what you think that the people think we're doing to write this show.
Well, I just don't get why you had to tell everyone that I wrote that.
Well, you put me on the spot, and when you put me on the spot, I'm gonna lash out. I'm really sorry. That's just.
I don't appreciate your tone. You were lashing out like crazy right now.
I don't understand why you think we use people think we use a teleprompter to make this show. We are doing this from our laptops in our bedrooms.
You don't have to tell everybody that. You don't have to tell everybody that.
We're using Google Docs, people.
No, it's a teleprompter. Tell them that it's a Google Doc.
It's a Google Doc.
No, it's a teleprompter. This is professional.
We're very professional.
Professional.
I'm in my childhood bedroom.
Don't tell them that. I'm at my aunt's house. Don't tell them.
Yeah. All right. Next, we got to get on to the next thing. Let's bring back the professor.
Okay. Thank you, Carrie. Welcome to the professor, Professor Thelonious Cagney. Welcome to the Anti-Influencer Hour. Thank
Hello.
you so much for your informative video on the history of the Karen.
Yes. They are fascinating, aren't they?
They are fascinating. What led you to study the Karen, and at what university did you primarily do your research?
Yes. Well, what led me to research them was really just trying to find and get down to the bottom of just why. Why must you act like this? Why do you do the things you do? So, in order to do that, I went to the University of Hard Knocks, as opposed to just the school. I had to go to the upper crust school for that. Once I attended there for 3.5 years, I was able to go out into the field and do even more research.
Perfect. Is there anything you'd like to say to our audience before I ask them for questions for you?
Yes. One thing that you definitely must look out for when seeing Karens in the wild, please try not to approach them unless you have pepper spray, mace, or maybe a bat. Having those tools, can be used to defend yourself against their very wily skills that they have. Unless you are of a darker pigment, do not call the police. They, depending on the city that you are in, they may not be your friend.
Right, and the Karens will call the police. The
Karens, the Sharons, definitely the Deborahs, the Beckys. As long as it's the Becky with the good hair, usually it's okay.
Great. I do have some questions for you.
Sure.
This is from Lester Pips. You ever tried to Jane Goodall a Karen?
I have to great dismay. It did not work out as well as as my team and I had hoped. We had cornered a Karen in the wild in the Trader Joe's hummus section, and we lost a lot of good men that day. A lot.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Next question is from Velvet Duke. Can you use a Chad to throw them off the scent?
Great question. Yes, in some cases you can use a Chad. See, Chads will attract Karens usually with their mating call or their mating dance, which is usually just a fist pump. So, just doing that, usually that would bring them over to them and distract them from whatever else was going on. Bonus point: the Chad is, smells of patchouli and has puka shells.
So, sorry, can you bring us through that motion one more time?
Yes. Well, see, you start low,
Mm-hmm.
up, 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 up. That's what a lot of the Chads do. From that despicable show Jersey Shore, where most of them are in Connecticut.
Yes. Do we have another question? Yes, from LaJoya Dem. Thelonious, should I turn in relatives I suspect of being Karens? Is there an anonymous hotline?
Absolutely. You should turn them in whenever possible. Otherwise, they will not learn. They are a very hard-headed species. No matter how many facts you present to them, they still want to get their way. As far as an anonymous hotline, I'm sorry, but there's not one that exists at this time. Typically, when you call 911, a lot of times you have to give your name to give the statement so that charges must be pressed. As I had stated before, if you do suspect people of being Karens, make sure that you have pepper spray, mace, bear spray, or a bat.
Which is the best weapon out of those?
After those, probably the bear spray.
Oh, okay. Good to know. This next question is from Lester Pips. What if you fall in love with a Karen? Do you become a Chad?
No, you don't become a Chad, and yes, it is very possible to fall in love with a Karen. Especially when you're in such close proximity to them after a while. Karens, at times at first, they can disguise themselves as Sharons. And Sharons seem like they are, laid back, cool. You can talk to them and have conversations, but once they get their claws into you, and they exhibit their first little bit of behavior of Karenitis in front of you. And if you don't stop it, then I'm afraid it's going to be very, very hard to escape. Now, some people may become Chads in this situation, but they are more likely to become Kyles.
Wow. Okay. So we have one last question. Oh, this one's a little scary. This is from Florida Man Gamer. If I think I'm a Karen, what should I do? 2 seconds later, Florida Man Gamer writes, also, you're wrong. And then he wrote, they wrote, I'm calling the cops.
Okay, well, this is why I'm glad I am using a VPN and you do not know where I am, Florida Man. If you think that you are a Karen, first, stop. Second, stop. And third, maybe slap yourself around a bit. Read a book. Throw some water on your face. Go to church. Find a clue. Get a hug. Any of those things could help. Also, just look around and realize that we're all supposed to be equal and live in harmony. We're all on this planet together, so why not live in harmony and just be good people? We are not all inherently bad. Humans are inherently good. History may prove otherwise, but you have to at least try.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, Professor. We really appreciate your message. Lots of good comments in the chat from Susie. Made this convo so important. LaJoya Dem, I'm learning so much. Lots of emojis going on. Fire, 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 crying emoji. Salt. That's from Florida Man Gamer, who terrifies me. But Florida is in the title of their username, so they're probably a Karen. Is that a?
If not a Karen, they're likely like a Cletus. It could be a Cletus, which I'm sure has been very difficult, for them to even use their opposable thumbs to type.
We're getting a lot more questions for you. You're gonna have to come back on the show.
Instantly. I would love to. And then when I do come back, we'll have to ask you about your classifications.
Please.
Yes, because I've heard of a little bit of Deborah type behavior.
Uh-oh.
Um, yes, when I first was solicited to come onto the show, I believe your producer Carrie said that you were exhibiting some behaviors that a Deborah would, which is very, very troubling.
Uh-oh. We need to, yeah, I don't want to do that. So we should look into that.
You should. That's not. I will be hoping that you make the change.
Okay. Thank you.
Look yourself in the mirror, make the change.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for being honest with me. And have a wonderful evening.
You do the same.
Wow. Lot to think about. Lot to think about there. But I'm gonna keep the show moving for you. This is a very, very intellectual show tonight. Up next, we have fan favorite, Mr. Chalmers. He's here to discuss horse chopping in modern cinema. So please enjoy. You know what? We're going to show you that video in a moment. Just gonna find it for you. Wow, this is crazy. You're gonna watch my processing of all the stuff that we talked about with the professor, and yeah, it's just a lot. I feel like I'm doing it right now. I feel like I'm doing the behavior right now. You know what, Carrie, can you come back? Because first of all, why did you tell Professor that I'm a Deborah? Second of all, why don't we have Mr. Chalmers? I don't understand why. I don't understand why we don't have.
Okay. Chill out.
I don't understand why you called me a Deborah, and I don't understand why we don't have this video.
You gotta listen to Professor Cagney.
I don't understand.
This right here.
I don't understand what's happening. I don't understand.
You're having a private conversation. I didn't know he was going to bring that up.
Why is my poster there? Why are we having so many
deep breaths? And
why?
My name is Chalmers, and my favorite type of films are war films. But although I do have a bone to pick with a lot of them. For example, in Japanese war films, oftentimes you'll see a samurai come in on a horse, and then the enemy will try to slice him down, but he's too high up. They can't reach him. Why don't they just slice down the horse? They have to chop down the horse. It's unrealistic. And so I actually did write a song about it, and it's a song I wrote on the ancient Japanese erhu, and it goes like this. Why don't they chop down the horse? It's maddening that they don't. And I do have other opinions on films, though. For example, I watch a lot of Spanish films. And, in those Spanish films, you'll see the Spaniards invade Central and South America, and they're on horses, and the natives try and spear the people, but not spear the horse. That's unrealistic. They need to spear the horse. So I wrote a song about it. Why don't they spear the horse? It's enough to make you go mad. But luckily, there are other films. For example, the film Braveheart. And in that film, they do chop down the horse. It's beautiful and realistic. And I actually wrote a song about it on the ancient Scottish drum here. And it goes a little something like this. Thank you for chopping down the horse. And those are my opinions on films.
This is a very intellectual show tonight. We got history of Karens, history of horse chopping, space, other dimensions. Thank you for joining us. This show is better than the Reading Rainbow. There, I said it. Okay, up next we have in line with this intellectualness tonight, we have Jay and Silent Bob. We have actually Jay and Silent Bob on the show. I cannot believe we got them. So clap, clap, clap it up in the chat.
Oh, hey, yeah, you got us. We're here. It's Jay and Silent Bob, ready to do your party. Happy birthday. Nobody told me what the party is.
What?
What's this party for? We're doing. I'm Jay and Silent Bob. We're doing a party. Let's happy birthday, happy anniversary. Is it you and the show's anniversary?
Wait, you are Jay and Silent. I thought that this is, first of all, this is a show. It's not a birthday, so I don't know why you think it's a birthday.
Oh,
second of all,
and said, okay.
Carrie.
Second of all,
what did I do?
Why was this guy?
I'm Joel Haley Osmond. I'm a Jay and Silent Bob impersonator.
He's Jay and Silent. I've never seen the movie. I thought this was Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh my god! All right.
Yeah.
I thought this was the whole thing.
Well, I do the J part, but like I usually have my Silent Bob couldn't make it tonight, but I.
What do you mean your Silent Bob couldn't make it? So you are Jay and Silent Bob?
Well, I was gonna try, but then I thought like, well, maybe I'll just do the J part and then like leave the room and come back without my hat on and do the Silent Bob part.
I mean, okay, just show us what you have, I guess, because you got 5 minutes and
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, just show us that, I guess.
Whoa, I mean, we've got to think about what life is like and Clerk. Hold on.
Did you just leave?
See, so it's like, you know, he agrees with me. You know, my man Jay, I'm Jay. My man Silent Bob agrees with me. You know.
Okay.
Listen, I gotta tell you, it's really hard to do this without my Silent Bob. Okay, Kevin James was supposed to Silent Bob for me tonight, and he's not available. I don't know what he's doing. And then so I called Jack Black, and he's like, "Sorry, man, I can't Silent Bob for you tonight." I'm like, "Well, I've got a party to go to. It's Rachel's birthday or anniversary or something, and here I am, like, just supposed to Jay by myself. I mean, come on, what do you?" I've Jay and Silent Bob so many parties for so many great celebrities, and I wanted to bring that energy for you, but instead, like, Kevin James fucked me, you know?
Right. I'm really sorry about that. You know, normally I would get like upset and yell, but I've been called a Deborah tonight, so I'm just gonna ask you questions from the audience because I've been called out, and I'm trying to change. So
I'm glad you're trying to change. That's a great start. That's a great thing to do on an anniversary.
It's not my anniversary or my birthday.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay though. Does anyone have any questions for not Jay and Silent Bob, for the Jay?
Joel Haley Osmond is my name.
Joel Haley Osmond, the Jay and Silent Bob impersonator. LaJoya Dem says Kevin James also fucked me, but that's a different subject. That's not a question, but it is funny.
Oh, I was there actually. I remember that.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I know who LaJoya Dem is. That was a crazy party. That was a crazy party. That was Kevin Nealon was throwing this birthday party for his friend Tom, and we were like, okay, we're all gonna have such a good time. And then LaJoya Dem was there, and Kevin James was like, hey man, I gotta stop Silent Bobbing for you. This guy wants to fuck. So they left, and I'm like, what am I supposed? I'm just gonna Jay around this party by myself. I mean, come on, Kevin James.
Crazy. That's crazy. So Velvet Duke wants to know, is Kevin a top or bottom?
Oh, Kevin.
But that's probably for
Kevin James. Say again?
I'm going to ask you, even though I think it was referring to the person who said that in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Well, LaJoya Dem would know better, except that Kevin has told me that he will do whatever it takes. So I'm guessing that means he's versatile.
So we also have from Roy Shockley, Joel, what do you think about the treatment of Carrie on this show? Come on, man.
That's a good question. You know, having never seen the show before and thinking I was coming here on a birthday party, it's honestly like, Carrie's the one who told me that I was going to Jay and Silent Bob a party tonight. So I kind of got to say she earned it.
She earned what? Me yelling at her?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because she didn't tell you what the actual gig was, right? Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
So is it like a retirement party? Are you retiring?
No, I'm not. It's not a retirement. No, this is a show that we do every other Saturday. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting too Deborah. I'm getting too like worked up. Okay, so Princess Tiana 13 wants to know, is Kevin James a generous lover? We're getting a lot of, I didn't think this would.
Listen, I gotta be honest with you. Me and Kevin James have never had sex, so I have to say, like, maybe ask LeJoie to me about that, but also at the same time, Kevin did tell me he'll do whatever it takes, you know? So probably.
We've got
quote of his from a movie. Look it up.
We got a Cola212 wants to know, what kind of shampoo do you use?
Oh, great question. Right now I use one that's called Intentional Frizz, which makes your hair kind of like frizz out in a way that makes it look like you're wearing an unkempt wig.
Florida Man Gamer, what's your most famous work, Joel Haley Asman?
My most famous what?
Work. Your most famous work.
Oh, my most famous work. That Kevin Nealon party was a good one. But I was at the party where, you know that party that the Kardashians went to on the island? That's probably my most famous party that I've been to. I was there. I made sure that everyone didn't wear masks because that's what I was asked to do. They said, we want you here to be like one of those clerks guys who like enforces the rules at a place. I'm like, I don't think that's what the movie Clerks was about, but okay, I can do that. And so I just went around and was like, hey, stop wearing your mask to everyone there. I got COVID. It sucked. It was bad. That was, you know, it was my most famous party, but I did get COVID, so I think it was bad.
That's insane. Okay, this was a great impersonation of Jay and Silent Bob. I really appreciate you for coming on the show. And we have to move on. Lots of other questions for you in the chat, so maybe we'll have you back.
Great. Yeah. Happy Grandpa's birthday? I don't know.
Birthday. It's not Grandpa's birthday. It's okay. It's
all right.
Thank you. Bye. All right. Up next, we have a wonderful music video from Ian Sandy.
Hey everyone. Since we're all stuck inside, I thought that it might be nice to bring a little bit of holiday cheer. You know, music. Since we all haven't been able to encounter that. So I thought I'd play a little song for you. Here we go. Yeah, so here we go. Should all acquaintance be forgotten, never come to mind? Should all acquaintance be forgotten, old anxiety? Oh, wait, shoot. Sorry to interrupt. I just remembered, I don't know what side of the street I parked on. They're still doing street sweeping. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Old anxiety, my dear, for old anxiety. Let's take a cup of kindness. No, sorry, so sorry. It's just that if they find me, it'll be a lot of money, and it'll probably be more than $600, which is how much I just got from the stimulus check. Frankly, not enough. Did they give us the stimulus check just to pay parking tickets? It's possible. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. For all anxiety, my dear, for all anxiety, well, take a cup of kindness yet for old anxiety. Should all acquaintance be forgot? I did forget. My God, I did forget. What about if they tow it? If they tow my car, then I have to go to the tow yard, or what do they call it? Do they call it tow yards? Tow yard sounds dirty. I don't know if that's what they call it. But I would have to go to the tow yard. I would have to probably pay a fine, or at least bribe the person that owns the tow yard into doing a favor, maybe raking their yard every year or doing their laundry. And I don't have time for that. I don't have time to do the tow yard manager's laundry. That's my life right now. It'll be fine. That's not gonna happen. Should all acquaintance be forgot, never come to mind? Should all acquaintance be forgot and all anxiety? I'm so sorry. I can't play while I'm distracted by the fact that the city is still putting out fines or towing cars when we're all stuck inside. Where am I supposed to put my car? You know, it's not like I could fold it up and put it in a storage closet like a Hot Wheel that I shrunk down. That's not a thing. That's not the reality we live in. That's a different future. Okay, we live in 2021, which sounds like the future, but we don't live in a future where we can fold up cars yet. I should invent that. Okay, back to this. For all anxiety, my dear, all anxiety, we'll take a cup of kindness yet. For all anxiety. I hope that they are kind. I hope that they have a big cup, a giant cup, maybe a mug full, a big gulp cup from 7-Eleven full of kindness when I have to go get my car out of the tow yard because I parked on the wrong side of the street during street sweeping. I hope that's how much kindness they have. That's how much kindness I want to give to you. Happy holidays. And make sure you move your car. Put it in a driveway or something.
Thank you so much for that, Ian Zandy. Clap, clap, clap in the chat for Ian Zandy. Wow, just really intellectual show tonight. And additionally, with this next guest, I'm very excited for this next interview. I thought that I would bring on a guest to talk about a holiday that you might not even know about because she invented it. It's Boanica. This is the first year that I actually celebrated it. It was very exciting. It's from January 8th to the 10th. Please welcome to the Anti-Influencer Hour, Emily Harrison, who invented Boanica.
Hello.
Hi, Emily. How are you?
I'm awesome. Thank you so much for having me. How are you doing?
I'm good. Trying to be less of a Deborah. But other than that, good. Tell us a little bit about Boanica.
Okay. Well, I had come up with Boanica like about 3 years ago, and it's taken me about that long, like 3 years to like finesse it and really figure out what it is. But the first like 2 weeks of January are really rough for a lot of people. They are statistically like the most depressing days of the year. That's when people report being the most sad. And that year that David Bowie died was the very beginning of 2016. And he died on January 10th, like in the middle of the night, 2016. That was so depressing for a lot of people. And when that time of year would come back around, you'd be reminded of it, especially if you were like a really big David Bowie fan, which I was, and I know there's millions of people who are. So I was like, what can I like you're in the mood to like listen to David Bowie music or watch David Bowie movies, but I was like, what can I do to actually make it special? So I invented a holiday. It starts at sundown on January 8th. As soon as the sun goes down, you light a candle. It can either be a gold candle or a yellow candle. Sometimes gold candles are hard to find, but it would represent the Capricorn sign, which is the masculine sun, I think is what is affiliated with Capricorn, and that was David Bowie. There's also Elvis. They shared a birthday, funny enough. And then on the second night at sundown, you burn an orange candle. And the orange, I don't know why I picked orange, probably just because I kept thinking about his hair. I'm sorry if it's kind of shallow and aesthetic, but and that's the day that you celebrate his life. And you start burning that candle at sundown on the second day, the 9th. And then on the 10th, on the day he died, I don't have it with me anymore because it burnt down, but you light a black candle for obvious reasons, and that's the day that he died. And there is no, it's kind of like Easter, except there is no resurrection. It's just born, live, die. And your resurrection is every other day of the year after that. At least that's what I've tried to work out. Like I'm almost done working out the kinks, like ironing it out. And there are traditions. You kind of pick your own songs to play when you light the candles based on your preference. I always start with Space Oddity, but anyone can pick whatever they want. Like, it's not hard, tight rules. Like, you know how people make themes for Passover?
Right.
I thought it should be like that. Like, you should pick your Bowie theme for that year.
And it's a lot like Hanukkah too. So it's kind of like with can. Yeah, that's a decent. I like this. It's like a mixed. Holiday.
It's got a little Easter, a little Hanukkah, a little Passover, and it's even a bit Christmassy. You know, lighting candles for the Advent. A lot of people don't do that anymore, but that used to be a really normal thing.
I have a question for you, but I also want to know if anyone in the chat has any questions about Bowanica, because we will also get to those. But can anyone celebrate it? Is it open?
Yes, it's anyone who was a fan, or maybe they became a fan after they found out about him after his death. I know that there were quite a few. He was very big with millennials and Gen X, but there's quite a few Gen Z people who really actually discovered him after his death. Anyone who has found some sort of comfort or sense of belonging or inspiration from like the Bowie myth, pretty much.
Right. Okay. Lester Pips is asking, does Bowie talk to you from the grave?
I wish. No. It is the kind of thing where it's like, doesn't he speak to us all when we listen to his music? Like, you could think of it that way.
So you've been celebrating this for 4 or 5 years now?
I thought of it in 2018, and that's when I started trying to iron it out. And then last year I did it, and then this year I did it for the third time, and this is when I finally nailed the traditions. Like, you don't have, a lot of people don't drink alcohol, but if you want, you should drink straight vodka or gin after you light the candle, because that's what he would always, when he did drink, that's what he would usually drink. It's just straight vodka or gin.
That's a good tradition. I got one more question for you, and then we have to wrap up. Royce Shackley wants to know, what are the best drugs to do during this holiday?
Oh my God, cocaine! Don't even kid. Duh. No, but seriously, if you have a problem, you shouldn't just do cocaine. But if you've never tried it, I mean, I've never tried it. I guess that you could. But I don't actually advocate using cocaine if it's not something that you're prepared for.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on the show and telling us about Bowanica. I hope you all learned about a wonderful holiday, and thank you for inventing it, Emily.
Namaste.
All right. Up next, we have a video, another music video for you. Please welcome the Jazzman.
My name is Chalmers.
Other cats are afraid of their instruments. They look at them and think, "Whoa there, Daddy-O. You are scary." I don't know what to do with you. Now I understand. A musical instrument is a powerful thing. I have a little story to share with you. It's going to make you less scared of your instrument. Also, my most
We're gonna bring the Jasmine back at our next show. Gotta figure out that video, but you know what? That's okay because we have a backup musical act for tonight. We thought of everything in advance. We have something for everyone on this very intellectual show. This is very intellectual act coming up. Please welcome two guys from Arizona talking about metal. Take it away.
Oh, hey, dude.
Yo, what's up? It's kind of stuttery for me.
Is it still?
Yeah, a little bit.
Uh,
Whatever. What's up? Oh, dude, is it true though? You like metal?
Yeah, dude. I don't know
You got your guitar?
Yeah. I don't have my electric in here. I just have my. What kind of metal you like?
What?
What kind of metal do you like?
Oh, dude, I like all kinds of metal. I like sludge metal. I like thrash metal. I like hybrid grindcore. And grindcore anything, honestly. I like black metal because I like that really tremolo picking stuff, you know.
Yeah. Dude, you ever listen to Gate Creeper?
Gate Creeper? No, I'm not familiar. What kind of metal is that?
They're Phoenix. They're Arizona.
Oh, for real? Oh,
it's
dude,
like old school Swedish death metal, but it's like a new band.
Oh, dude, that's fucking awesome.
Like 90s Swedish death metal.
Yeah.
So it's like really slugs. Lots of sludge stuff in it too. They're good.
Oh, dude, I love that sludge shit, dude. Oh my god. Because sometimes metal just tries to be too fast, but sometimes I like when they slow it down and just get real sludgy.
Dude, I feel you. Pantera is one of my like favorite bands.
Dude, it's all about the groove because a lot of bands around that time were forgetting, like, hey, groove is good. You know what I mean? They were forgetting that shit. But Pantera, Dimebag Darrell said, no, sir, we need that groove.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, dude. Rest in peace, man.
Oh, dude, Gate Creeper though, man.
Gate Creeper. I gotta check them out.
They're all about that groove. You're gonna love them.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. You ever heard of Job for a Cowboy from Phoenix?
Yeah, I remember them. I saw them back when I lived in Arizona. That band was cool. Are they still playing?
I don't know, but I just remember they had the pig squeal. They had, like, I feel like they popularized that whole pig squeal.
Yeah, they did.
That was like a vocal style. It was just like.
Oh man.
It became a thing in metal to have bands that would get actual pigs or like pit bulls barking as their vocalists.
Caninus. Is that what they were called? Yeah, they had two. They sounded like Hatebreed, and they had two pit bulls. And then there was Hate Beak, which was the one with the macaw. A macaw as the vocalist.
That sounds awesome. I really like how I feel like a lot of metalheads have a really good sense of humor. So they. What's up, Rachel? You gonna talk about metal? You like metal?
You like metal?
I don't know anything about metal, but I'm here because we discussed previously that you would take questions from the audience and you've ignored them this entire time. And you've got a lot of questions about metal. Like I thought, because this is an intellectual show, that we were going to talk about metal.
Oh, okay.
So,
that's cool.
Okay.
Do you want me to take you through those questions, or do you want to keep making metal noises, or are you going to play? I don't know.
Oh, you want to play a song? You want to play some more riffs?
Oh.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Those were actually pretty good. So do you want questions, or you just want to? Sorry, to be clear, or do you want to just keep playing? I don't know if it's a yes or.
I'm saying yes, but I'm also headbanging.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was confused. I couldn't tell
two things at once.
if you were tuning me out. Okay, thank you for clarifying. Can you play Daughters? That's from Jax 1305.
If that's a metal band, I'm not familiar. I know the indie band Daughters, but I don't know the metal band Daughters. Sorry.
Do you how metal is Dispatch?
I don't know what either of these are.
Me either. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Discord?
I guess they don't have that in Arizona. I'm sorry, audience. Okay. Do you consider shoegaze a slowcore metal?
You know what? It's interesting. Shoegaze, like original shoegaze, probably not, but there's a hybrid genre called black gaze, which is black metal meets shoegaze, and that is like really slowcore, like kind of metal, and it's really cool. Check it out, black gaze. I love that shit.
I'm gonna look up black gaze online.
Yeah, it's a genre, like it's like shoegaze meets black metal, and it's really cool. Yeah.
Is Arizona metal exactly like Nevada metal without gambling?
That's actually I think it's a fair comparison.
I've heard Arizona metal compared to Florida metal as well. Something about the heat.
Yeah, I think it has to do with the heat and also the fact that baseball players go there for spring training.
The baseball players are carrying the metal culture across.
I think truly they are. There's a big subset of baseball players that are really into metal in all different subgenres.
Dude, that makes sense because I feel I love metal, but at metal shows, a lot of the times I feel like violated and kind of like unsafe. And I also feel that way at baseball games.
Yes, exactly. You don't make that connection sometimes, but then you think about it. And I got kicked in the face once in a mosh pit and it busted my lip and I didn't realize it because I was so into it. I was like, yeah, I was fucking in the mosh pit. And then some just big ass dude just sends this kick right to my face, busts my lip. I turn towards my brother like, this is fun, right? And he's like, dude, you're bleeding. Your lip is split open. And I was like, oh. And I had to go to the bathroom. And then it started hurting as soon as I realized it. But
okay, this isn't really about metal. This is a personal story. Okay. They're ready for all metal Pirates of Penzance. You know what? They want me to talk about metal. I'm not going to do that. I don't know anything about it. But do you want to teach me how to make that noise?
the pig squeal?
Whichever one you feel like.
Well, okay. So besides like actual like vocal singing, like, yeah, there's the pig squeal. That's like a grindcore thing. Like, I don't know how to do it really well. You did it better than me, Andy. But there's also like
in.
Yeah, you have. Sorry, still getting over COVID. Excuse me. The cough is actually one genre in COVID metal, which I just created. But then the two other big styles of vocals are screaming and growling. So growling is more popular in like death metal. So like they'll have like the sorry, it makes me cough. That's why I'm not a metal vocalist because it fucks my throat up. And
I don't understand how to make it from this conversation, but
like do like a gorilla, like sorry.
Okay.
And then they're screaming. And then they're screaming, which is more like obviously like screaming like that's like in black metal and stuff, you know what I mean? So that one doesn't make me laugh. That's good. That you got that blood curdle in there, Andy. I like that. Ooh, that was
thanks,
bad,
dude.
Rachel.
You like a chicken.
You're a bit like a chicken.
Okay, we have to end the show. This was very fun. Thank you so much to you guys from Arizona for coming back on the show. You are always a fan favorite. Thank you so much to all of the guests who did the show. Thank you to the audience watching the show. Thank you so much for hanging out in the chat. If you like the show, come back and watch us on February 2nd at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Venmo at Pack Theater if you did like it, or at Anti-Influencer. It'll go to the artist or to the theater. And have a fantastic evening. Stay and watch the next show. Thank you.
Sitting here in my black dress, I got it and I'm gonna wear it on the show, and you're gonna find it and you're gonna wanna know it's Anti-Influ Hour. Anti-Influ Hour. Yeah, we're so anti-influencer that we won't say the whole word Anti-Influ Hour. Anti-Influ Hour. Ninja the cat is here and we got it, and Victor's mouth is probably on the show we wanted, and we got a lot of wine that we're gonna drink, and oops, hit the mute button. I'm off mute. Anti-Influ Hour. Anti-Influ Hour.